Today, we're going to be testing out this bunch of old hardware which I recently acquired from various sources. Now, one of the highlights would be this Acer M25D, which is a dual socket 370 motherboard. It also features an AGP slot and a variety of other features. This is what we'll be using to test everything today, so let's get started. I have something like 8 video cards which needs to be tested, so this video will mostly be focused on testing these video cards. But I also haven't tested the Acer M25D, along with a bit of other hardware. So yeah, let's start with the video cards. First of all, we have this FX 5200. I've always wanted an FX card, so it should be good to try it. Next up, we have this GeForce 2 MX64. This looks like a nice card. I hope it works. In fact, I hope all these cards work. Anyway, moving on. Next up, we have this mystery card. Maybe like a GeForce 2 MX400 or something? I'm really not sure, and I don't know. We'll have to see in the BIOS of it when we boot it up. Then next up, we have this GeForce 2 TH. I'm guessing this must be something like a TI edition or something, but I'm really not sure. So we'll have to see when we power it up whether it's the case or not. Next up, we have this card, which is a mystery card. It's a WindForce A340, and it features an AGP x8 support. This card is nice, but it's got bloated capacitors, so I'm probably not going to test it. And then we have this other mystery card, very similar to the previous one, but it is actually different. I wonder what this one could be. And I also have this 1GHz Pentium 3, specifically an SL52R. I haven't tested this one yet, so I'll try it out in the Acer M25D. So I'm going to go ahead and install the Pentium 3 1GHz CPU into the Acer M25D right now. So here we go. And this does have dual sockets, but I only have one of these chips at the moment, but I'm planning on getting another one. You will see a dual socket 370 build with this board eventually, but until I get all the hardware, it's probably not going to happen for a while. So we've installed the Pentium 3 SL52R. Now I'm just going to grab this generic cooler, which is beefy enough to cool pretty much anything socket 370 in my experience. Now you may be asking yourself, where's the fan and where's the thermal paste? Well, I can answer both of those questions. The fan is what I just put on afterwards. This is just a testing cooler, so it's actually easier to install it without the fan on top. And the thermal paste is already on there. I just used the same stuff that I had laying on there. Should work fine, it's only a couple of weeks old anyway. Now I'm going to go ahead and just put the fan on top. Sure, this may be a bit of a janky solution, but this is just kind of my testing cooler, so it doesn't matter too much. It'll keep it cool at the end of the day. Anyway, now that we've gone ahead and plugged in the power connector for the fan, we've installed the CPU. Now I'm going to go ahead and install this 128MB stick of RAM. I could use up to 2GB in this machine, but I don't need that for this testing. Anyway, now I'm going to go ahead and install the 20-pin power cable. But wait, this motherboard is actually a 24-pin. Oh well, I'll just attach my extra 4 pins to my modern power supply, and we should be good to go. There we go, now they're in, and there we go. Now it's plugged in and ready to go. Nice. Now I'm going to go ahead and jump the power connector, and there we go. It's working. So I'm testing it out with this first card here, which is one of those blue GeForce cards. This card is still a mystery as to what it is, but hey, it works. There we go. Now on to the next video card. which happens to be this FX 5200. I hope this one works, it'll make a cool video, but if not, I can actually get another one, so it's alright. Anyway, there's the BIOS screen, but nothing. This card must be kind of broken in some way. I've tried testing it multiple times, reseating it in the AGP slot, but I can't get any further than the video BIOS. Weird. Oh well, this one's going in the not working pile for now. Next up, we have this GeForce 2 MX64. Oh man, this one doesn't even post. I was hoping this card would work, as I've never used a GeForce 2 MX64 before, but oh well. Now on to the next card. Next up, we have this card which is very similar to the first card we tried out, but it's slightly different. I hope this one works, so let's find out. And what do you know? There we go. It works. Looks like it even has the same BIOS as the other one. Weird. Yeah, as you can see here, we're in the BIOS and everything's working great. On to the next card. I was gonna test out this next card, but then I realized it had bloated caps. I don't want to break it, and it might be fixable, so I'll just reserve this one for a future video. Alright, so next up we have the GeForce 2 TH. I hope this one works. In fact, I might actually use it with this Acer M25D if it does. Anyway, let's try it out. And would you look at that, it boots up straight away. Nice. And there we go, we're into the BIOS pretty much. Cool. So this card works, nice. On to the last one, which happens to be this ATI card. Anyway, when we go ahead and power it up, nothing happens. Man, this one's a dud too. Oh well. So let's have a look at the final results. We ended up with 3 dud cards out of 7, and 1 card which just has bad capacitors, and I don't want to test it. I'll probably recap this card and see if it works, but for now I'm just saying we have 4 bad cards. Well, that's a shame. But hey, at least we got a few good cards out of it. Anyway, that's about it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it and I'll see you next time.